Hello everyone, this is Shining Noctowls, and tonight I wanted to actually talk about a bit of a different topic. I know I generally share poems on my channel, but tonight I figured I would go on a bit of a different discussion, especially regarding the events that have transpired across our nation, the United States, in the last couple days here. And I wanted to talk about the importance of speaking up. Now, there are times when you're faced with a conflict, there are times when it's better to let the situation be. But there are also times when it is important to speak up, especially when you are fighting against oppression or tyranny, just as the Celtic Irish and Scottish did when they fought against the British many of centuries ago. And I kind of see the same spirit in a way, even though the faith and beliefs of Americans today were different than the Celts centuries ago. And I think it's really important that people speak up because this country was founded on freedom and for people to be willing to fight for what they believe in. And I, it's one thing I can say I definitely respect about Trump and Pence, our current vice president and president, is that I know not everyone likes them due to some of their views, but I believe at their source they genuinely fight for what they believe in and they mean what they say at the core to the point that I'm glad that people are standing up, and regardless of who wins the election, whether it be Biden or Trump, I'm glad people are at least speaking up for votes to be counted properly because it's gotten to the point where I kind of have an image of medieval nobles and peasants, where uh, a lot of the people who tend to allegedly play these manipulative kind of games, so to speak, unfortunately, they do not think that people are kind of, or the average person is smart enough to kind of sense these things. And I think that it's good for people to speak up, especially on both sides. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, non-affiliate. I think that it's important for an election to be fair, especially when they're choosing a leader, because um, you want to make sure that whoever is chosen was chosen fairly. And I think that people speaking up is a good thing. And even though I believe there are times where both sides can get a little bit extreme about things, I do see the core principle about speaking up in general, especially when it comes to suppression kind of tactics, and I'm glad that there are people doing that. And I kind of wanted to share my own voice because I know there are a lot of warriors fighting out there right now, and I kind of wanted to give my own voice and share my own perspective. And I also want people to also stay safe in a way where even as they are speaking their voices, I hope that they can speak freely without unjustly getting harmed. And I think it's really important for people to acknowledge that. I really do. And for either side. And I think that I have, talked to people with different political views, and I try my best to come to a consensus when I talk to them, or not necessarily consensus, but I try to at least look at things from both points of views, where even if I may not necessarily agree with them, I try my best to see where they're coming from, and I think it's important for both sides to do that, and for there to be a bit of moderation, because there are good attributes that can be kind of seen from two sides of the coin, but I think there has to be kind of a meeting of the middle to recognize that there are some things that should be at least talked about. For example, like gay rights, and then use of medical marijuana, and uh, Native American rights. Although I guess that is something that really shouldn't be. The third one shouldn't really be associated with a party. It's just more part of human decency. I think is some things I think that should generally be talked about. But then there are some things where the breaking of people's personal property and stores having to protect themselves and things of that nature, that I believe is something that people should look out for and definitely speak up against. And so yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate that things have kind of panned out the way that they have, but the important thing is hopefully with people speaking up and with a resolution hopefully being found soon. I hope that things will kind of eventually settle. I know it is Scorpio season, so I know not everyone believes in astrology, but Scorpio, the sign or the energy in general, tends to bring a lot of intensity out of people, and with this being the dark half of the year, it's bringing a lot of those intense emotions that have been repressed by a lot of people for quite a few months now, and that's why I believe it's important to be honest with yourself and be honest with your emotions, because we all feel and we all uh, go through happiness and sadness and anger and joy, and we have to learn how to kind of work with it and learn what to preserve and what to let go of. And that's why in a lot of my poems I talk about the raven, because the raven has helped me learn when to let certain things go, and battles that are worth fighting for and battles that are best left to be. And I think that um, no, that people should feel that they have a right to speak up and have their voice heard. And I think it's really important. I really do. Um, and I think that something that's definitely going to cause a sort of spiritual awakening to a lot of the people in this country and maybe throughout the world. That people have that now is the time for people to really speak up, and there will be those moments now and potentially in the future, as there has been in the past, like with the Irish and the Scottish and the Celts, and And no, I think it's something important for all of us to recognize. Anyways, I just wanted to speak about these things. I know it can be a little bit long-winded at times, but sometimes gets a bit of a storytelling kind of mentality, or kind of like a bardic tale, so to speak, when I speak of these things. Anyways, hope you all have a good rest of the evening. Bye.